going on, guys? How you doing? It is last year. Today what I have got for you is a squad that you'll most likely be able to afford. So I'm not going to call it a budget squad because it costs around 150,000 coins, and by no means is that a budget. Like anything under 100 maybe I would class as a budget, but this one is an overpowered squad that is, I would class it as affordable. So hopefully you guys will like it. It features one hell of a TOTS striker that's absolutely epic, and let's get into it, shall we? So in goal today we have got Ruffier. Pretty solid French goalkeeper, but all goalkeepers are a little bit suspect on Ultimate Team this year, so that may be his downfall. By the way, guys, if you don't follow me on my social media, make sure you go and do that. My Instagram and my Twitter are both LA5TY, so that would be sick if you could come and join my adventures on Twitter and Instagram. That would be sick. So moving on to the defence, we've got Marcelo at left back. We've got Conco at right back, two relatively pacey players. Pretty good dribbling on both cards, and they both get up the pitch nicely, and they are available to score goals. Like, you know, they're not the sort of fullbacks that will never ever score for you. We then got Varane at left centre back. 76 pace is what you need to know about him. Very, very solid this year on Ultimate Team. And then we got Loic Perrin as a team of the season centre back. 86 rated with some really good stats. 77 pace, 92 defending, and 86 physical. He's not the tallest, but when you got that sort of pace, excuse me, it just works. Moving on to the midfield, we've got Jan Mvia, the Inter Milan version. He, of course, has one in the Russian league as well, but I didn't really notice him, but I think that means he's done his job pretty well. We move on to Rafinha now, who was one of two informed central midfielders that I had in this squad. So basically, 84 dribbling is his main stat. He has got 4-star skill moves, but he's one of those sort of average players. He did an alright job, but not really world beaten. You know, Guarin is a lot better than him, I would say, because he's got better shooting, dribbling, passing, shooting, pace, everything. You know, I said shooting twice there, so that just means it's really good. But then moving on to the front three of the squad, we've got three very, very good players. Iturbe is unbelievable. I love this guy. I've used him a few times this year, and every time I use him, I just get excited because he's really solid on the game. Like, he's one of those overpowered players that you need to use. We've then got 87 rated upgraded Neymar, who is a god. Like, 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot. You can't ask for much more than that, and he will provide the goals and the assists for your team. And then you got this god, Mauro Icardi. Of all people, a 2-star skill of TOTS is unbelievable. I don't know what it was, but I scored 12 goals, got 2 assists in just 5 games. That's ridiculous. So he's got 87 pace, 92 shooting, and 85 dribbling. That is probably why we did so well with him. But I was just blown away by how awesome he was. Like, I've also used Lacazette and all sorts of players in that I've used recently, and I've sort of thought, oh, you know what? Not quite as good as my imagination, you know, as you were supposed to live up to. But maybe it was because I wasn't expecting too much from Icardi, that it just sort of worked. You know, he was godly, you know. Also, there's something to probably be said about the fact that he has 2-star skill moves. Now, what that might mean to you is that, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to be on the run. I'm going to want to do a roulette to get past this player, and I can't do it. What it actually does is focus you on trying to get past that player without doing some stupid fancy skill move. By the way, what an absolute beautiful goal from Neymar. Probably the best volley I've scored all year. I thought that was sensational, so I had to show you all sorts of replays on that one. But what Icardi does, yeah, let's get back onto that. Icardi, it's a direction. Like, you just go straight for goal rather than thinking about, okay, I need to shimmy here, I need to do this and that, I need to roulette, I need to chop and stuff like that. It's just, he scores really nice goals. His shooting is way on point, and you'll see that throughout the clips here. Like, you can tell that he's got, 1, a very powerful shot, and 2, an extremely accurate shot. So that's good. I would mainly suggest you go with the power shot with him, because the finesse shots were a little bit dodgy, I guess, compared to the clinicalness of his power shots. Like, you might as well hit the power because it just works. I don't know, there's not many bad things I can possibly say about this guy. Like, he's budget, so he's like 40 or 45k. You guys can get him for a good price like that. And he's a decent nation in a very good league. Like, you can link him up with all sorts of players. You know, the two that I've linked today are Iturbe and Guarin. You know, pretty solid options. But there's way more. There's like Hernandez and all sorts of other Argentines that are actually in that league. so that you could go down that route and then hybrid it off with other Argentines or something. I imagine him up front with someone like Aguero is going to feel like a game breaker. And the other reason I think maybe he did so well is because he was sort of my lone striker and he was my focal point. I've been doing a lot of squads lately where I've been having multiple tots all over the pitch and I'm not sure who I want to pass to, who I want to try and score with. But when I had that one guy, it was clear. That was who I was trying to ship the ball to score the goals. So hopefully you guys build this. If you do, make sure you come follow me on my social media, my Instagram, my Twitter. Post pictures and tag me in them with you using this squad or with you just using Icardi. That would be great. Anyway, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new around here and I'll catch you next time. Peace.